Much has happened since the Searing, when fire and crystal fell from the sky. All of Ascalon has been born anew as a hellish, lifeless landscape. Remnants of what you once knew are hardly recognizable, though you're not the only ones to suffer casualties. The Char's weapon was far stronger than they anticipated. Cut off from their homeland, they dare not attempt attacking the city, instead opting to pick off stragglers and patrols where they can. You and a hand-picked few were chosen to be the Prince's vanguard, repelling Char every day, seeking new opportunities to help your people survive. But most importantly, you have earned the trust of the Prince and War Master Titus, who himself is trusted by the King. Ulster greets you upon your return from the latest patrol. A Krytan ambassador has arrived, offering assistance to fight the Char. But the king refuses to talk to him, still harboring a grudge against their old enemy, believing we could have prevented the Searing if we spent less resources defending ourselves from the Krytan guilds. But times have changed. Perhaps you can convince Titus to talk some sense into the king. However, it seems he believes the king has given this matter enough consideration, criticizing you for misplacing your loyalty to Rurik instead of the true ruler of this kingdom. He orders you to deliver the king's message to this Krytan ambassador, who can be found west of the gate to Old Ascalon City. Ambassador Zane is his name, and upon reading the letter aloud, you both learn that he has been denied entry to the city. Disappointed but resolute in his quest, he hopes Adelbern will see that isolation is not the answer, and only in peace and mutual friendship will we find our salvation. Political tensions being a delicate matter, he asks that you rid him of a bandit harassing his men. Though a criminal, if Krytans were to execute an Ascalonian, Zane believes Adelbern would use this to confirm his disillusion that Krytans are evil. But more importantly, having been denied entry, Zane cannot deliver supplies he brought for the orphanage. Seeing his intentions as pure and noble, you promise to do these on his behalf. First to take care of the bandit Torin and his goons. Now they can resupply without worry. Returning to the city, you find the woman in charge of the orphanage, Ellie Rigby, who is very grateful for our mutual friend taking care to not say his name within the city. On your way back to deliver the news of your success to Zane, you run into Rurik and his father having a dispute. First, Adelbern tells his son to stand aside. Rurik retorts that he should think about his motives. The king scoffs, calling the Krytan a cancer on the underbelly of Ascalon, and that he needs no further motive than that to cut him away. Rurik pleads that Zane is here to offer us aid, and is extending his hand in friendship. But the king is stubborn. No Krytan will ever be a friend of Ascalon. By this point, Rurik is angry, demanding he not be a foolish old man, that if he has not noticed, Ascalon is in no position to turn away help, even from those who were once enemies. Adelbern too has lost his patience, ordering his son to step aside so they may arrest Zane and try him as a traitor of this nation. This only bolsters Rurik further, accusing his father of jeopardizing the fate of Ascalon because of petty jealousy. That if they intend to arrest the ambassador, they'll have to go through him. The king grumbles that this is a mistake, that this Krytan will be the death of us all. Zane is delighted to hear of your exploits, praying they may be the first steps towards an alliance. However, he has a pressing concern he'd like your help with. He believes their people are in constant danger so long as they remain here, but he has evidence that may persuade the Vanguard to help protect them. Deliver it to Hollis, and they very well may provide protection. You find Hollis guarding the gate to the breach, where Char run rampant and only those brave enough cross over. Handing Hollis the hefty hunk of a strongbox, he gives it a quick inspection and remarks jovially that there's nothing like the jingle of gold, and that Zane will have his protection. While you're glad he'll be protected, you're disappointed in your people for forcing him to go as low as bribery, and that the Vanguard could be so easily persuaded. Are they only loyal to the crown because it's the easiest option? And why did Zane lie to you? You confront him about the so-called evidence, to which he dismisses as a necessity for survival in these trying times. You're compelled to agree, and can't help but feel guilty, as it seems your people would not have done so out of the goodness of their hearts. Reflecting solemnly as he passed through the city, you hope Titus will have something to get your mind off recent events. Indeed he does, and it's urgent too. Prince Rurik would like your help at the Great Northern Wall. It seems there's dire trouble. But before you go, Titus asks that you be careful and keep a close eye on Rurik. Since Lady Althea's disappearance, the prince has become increasingly reckless. You've grown fond of the prince, as most citizens have, secretly believing that he would make a far better king than his father. But the disappearance of your mentor, his betrothed, does concern you greatly. Squire Zachary fills you in on what little details he's been told. Only that Captain Callahan is in charge, and he and the prince intend on entering the fray. This day has been oddly quiet, as past have been filled with consistent assaults from the Char. Callahan believes the Char are assembling for another large raid, and has been requesting for scouting parties to report back on what they're planning. You should assemble a party and meet with the captain at once, making sure to stock up on provisions, and take a deep breath during the calm before the storm.